The leader of the Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, has ordered his mercenaries to turn around and return to their bases to avoid bloodshed, he said. A huge convoy had been heading towards Moscow in what Vladimir Putin had described as an attempted mutiny. Well, Prigozhin said his troops had advanced 200 kilometers towards the capital in just the last 24 hours.
Prigozhin has been for months accusing the Russian Ministry of Defense of not supplying his troops with enough ammunition or support and getting them killed in the process. Number three is that he recently let out a video and has accused the Ministry of Defense of directly attacking his men and killing scores of them.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has vowed to severely punish the leaders responsible for the armed rebellion led by mercenary chief Yevgeny Prigozhin as they make their way towards Moscow. Putin, in a national address, denounced the uprising as a betrayal and the most significant challenge to his leadership during his more than two-decade rule. With Prigozhin's forces approaching the capital, Moscow has witnessed the presence of military trucks, armored vehicles, and heightened security measures, including the establishment of checkpoints and the declaration of a counterterrorist regime. High alert has been announced, highways disrupted, and access to Red Square closed. These developments follow Russia's devastating invasion of Ukraine, which has caused widespread destruction and loss of life. Prigozhin's private army has been observed at the military headquarters in Rostov-on-Don, a city located 660 miles south of Moscow, responsible for overseeing Russian operations in Ukraine. Additionally, there have been reports of Wagner troops and equipment in Lipetsk province, approximately 225 miles south of Moscow. Local authorities in Lipetsk have assured the public that necessary measures are being taken to ensure their safety, but specific details have not been provided. These recent events represent a significant escalation just 16 months after Russia initiated a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, resulting in one of Europe's most devastating conflicts since World War II. The advancing forces led by Prigozhin pose a critical challenge to Putin's leadership and the overall stability of the Russian government. The implementation of checkpoints, the establishment of a counter-terrorist regime, and the evacuation of key areas in the capital underscore the seriousness of the situation. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin has urged residents to exercise caution, declaring a non-working day for most individuals to mitigate potential risks. As tensions heighten and the situation continues to unfold, the international community closely watches the evolving dynamics within Russia. The outcome of this armed rebellion and Putin's response will undoubtedly have far-reaching implications for the region and may potentially reshape the geopolitical landscape. The global impact of a successful rebellion led by a powerful mercenary chief like Prigozhin extends beyond Russia's borders, potentially inspiring other non-state actors and mercenaries to challenge established governments, thereby endangering global stability. World leaders face a delicate balancing act in their response, navigating between supporting democratic principles and human rights while considering the potential consequences of direct intervention or interference in Russia's internal affairs. Striking the right balance to preserve stability and uphold democratic values poses a complex challenge for policymakers. Meanwhile, Ukraine remains a central player in this conflict, having endured years of Russian aggression. The situation on Ukraine's eastern border remains tense, and Prigozhin's forces advancing towards Moscow could further strain relations between the two nations. As the world anxiously awaits a peaceful resolution to this crisis, the immediate future remains uncertain. The actions taken by President Putin and his government in response to the rebellion will shape the course of events. The international community must remain vigilant, ready to act swiftly and decisively in order to safeguard global peace and stability. The unfolding events in Russia have garnered global attention and sparked concern among world leaders. The outcome of this rebellion and the subsequent response from President Putin will have significant implications not only for Russia but also for international relations and regional stability. The success or failure of the armed rebellion led by Yevgeny Prigozhin will determine the future trajectory of the country. If the rebellion manages to advance further towards Moscow, it could severely undermine Putin's leadership and potentially destabilize the entire Russian government. On the other hand, a swift and forceful response from Putin's regime could quell the uprising, but it may come at the cost of further violence and human rights concerns. The international community finds itself in a challenging position. Balancing the promotion of democratic values, human rights, and stability while avoiding direct intervention in Russia's internal affairs is a delicate task. World leaders must carefully consider their response, understanding the potential consequences of their actions and the broader impact on global security. Additionally, the situation exacerbates the already strained relations between Russia and Ukraine. The conflict in Ukraine has been ongoing for years, and the advancement of Prigozhin's forces adds another layer of complexity to the situation. The potential escalation of tensions could further destabilize the region and lead to more suffering for the people of Ukraine. As the crisis unfolds, the international community, including diplomatic channels and multilateral organizations, must remain actively engaged. It is crucial to promote dialogue, seek peaceful resolutions, and ensure the protection of human rights and the well-being of civilians caught in the crossfire. What are your thoughts on the unfolding events in Russia, as highlighted in this video? How do you perceive the challenges faced by President Putin, the potential impact on regional stability, and the role of the international community in responding to such conflicts? Share your insights and perspectives on this complex situation. If you're interested in news related to geopolitics, finance, and affairs, consider subscribing to our channel for more updates. We aim to provide insightful content on these topics to keep you informed and engaged. By subscribing, you'll receive regular notifications about our latest videos, ensuring that you don't miss out on any important discussions. Thank you for your support.